Hi, I'm Macho Cartagena and I'm entering the Natty Stories contest presented by Natural Light. Here's the green tab mentioned. They're actually pledging $1 million to several winners to help pay for their student loans. So I'm grateful that they are having this contest because I'm a little over $30,000 in my loans. Now, to understand my story, we have to backtrack to where it all began for me, and that was my senior year in high school to understand where I am today. So, my mother was a single mom. My older brother had moved out to Pennsylvania, and most of my family ended up moving out to Pennsylvania as well. It was just my mom, me, and my little brother. He was in pre K at the time, and I used to always take him to school every morning. He started at 8 o'clock, and my school was about 40 minutes away, and my first class started at 8:20. So if you did the math, I was always 20 minutes late. Nothing I could really do. Public transportation was my only way of getting there, and he went to school at 8 o'clock. I couldn't drop him off any time before that because that was just their rules. So they ended up failing me my English class. They ended up failing me my senior year, so I never got to graduate on time. And I didn't get to participate in graduation ceremony, and that kind of crushed me. That all my hard work that I did for the previous 4 years in high school, that all come down to this one class, and I don't get to walk because of it. Where all my friends and everyone I know were all graduating and off to college or off to work and wherever they were going after high school. And here I am having to take a summer class to just make up for this one English class. So I did take that summer class. I did pass it. But when it was over, they said, "Here you go. Here's your diploma." That's it. Nothing else. No ceremony. No nothing. Nope. It was just, "Here's your diploma," and that's it. So I graduated, and right after high school, I didn't get to go to college after that. I decided to, just go to work and help out my mom. Since she was just a single mom working, providing for the household for myself and my little brother, and I decided to go to work to just help her out. So a little bit after that, I ended up moving out to Pennsylvania, with the rest of my family, and that's where I met my beautiful wife, and we had a total of 3 kids, two girls and one boy. Now, all those years, I always thought about, like, man, like, maybe I should go back to school, and the opportunity never really came up until I was about 27 years old, where I kind of really started thinking about going back to school. And I actually worked for an education system at the time, and I dealt a lot with graduation and helping people progress towards graduation, helping them get to that point, taking a high school program or even a college program, and seeing and helping them get to graduate, and seeing the joy in their faces, on getting to that moment and seeing the results of all their hard work, getting to that point. And it kind of was crushing me still inside because I didn't get to graduate in high school. I never really got that feeling of graduation. But here I am helping others get to that point in their life. And it felt good for me to help them to get there. But also a part of me is like, man, like, I want this for myself. I want my family to enjoy this. I want my kids to see that because I want to lead by example for them to live, to see that, in their parent and their father, and say, wow, like, look what my dad's doing. Look at the things that he's accomplishing. And then even my friends, that I worked with, my coworkers, some were younger than me, some were the same age, and they had associates, they had bachelor's, they had master's degrees. And I'm here like, wow, like, what am I doing with myself? I'm not really doing anything. I just have my high school diploma, working for an education system, helping people graduate, but I'm not helping myself. It's not really practicing what I'm preaching here. So, me and my wife, we actually both decided to go back to school at the same time, and we went to a community college. And we were the first in our family to even go to college. No one else in my entire family, aunts, uncles, no one ever went to college. They either dropped out in high school or, they finished high school and that was it. Never went, and they went to work after that. So to be the first, it was a proud moment for both of us, and it was something that we were accomplishing together. And on top of that, my whole goal, my whole reasoning behind it too, was to provide for our family, to have a better life for our family, to be more stable, financially stable, and to have successful careers to be proud of, and for my kids to something to be proud of, to work for themselves, to go up to a career that they wanted. On top of that, working for the education system, I found out that other colleges and universities that, from working for them, you can go to school for free, but mainly also your kids can go to school for free. So my whole goal, my intention is, like, I love education. I'm devoting my life towards it. I enjoy helping people get to graduation, help them get their degree, help them reach their goals. But I also want to reach my goals. And, one day when my kids go to school, that they don't have to worry about, paying for college. So my whole goal was to go work for a college or university, so when my kids are ready, they don't have to worry about paying for school. And one of the huge things is not having to pay student debt, any student loans, because it's huge. If we look at the numbers on student debt, it's in the trillions, for every student that's out there. And it's almost impossible to pay it back, because my $30,000 loans, after I'm done paying that back, it ends up being about $37,000. So, it really, takes a huge burden to kind of wipe that off as my kids get old and go to college and not have to worry about that. So me and my wife, we decided to go back to school, and we went for our associates. We both went for our business degrees, and when I finally got to that point of graduation, getting to my last semester, I needed extra credits, because I started off as a part-time student, and as I went to my other semesters, then I took on full-time classes, but I had to make up more of my share of my last semester. I ended up taking 25 credits in my final semester for my associates in order for me to graduate on time. It was really important for me to do that, so that way I could walk across stage and get my degree along with my wife, her doing the same thing. And having my kids there, my family, seeing that moment, I wanted to enjoy that moment. I really wanted that, especially being deprived from when I was in high school, and now getting to this point, it was super important. Also in that time, walking across stage, she actually was pregnant with our son at the time. And, she had a little belly bump, walking across stage. And after we both graduated, I wanted to continue on and keep going and get my bachelor's. She ended up being a stay-at-home mom. We're grateful that she had the opportunity to do that, to take care of our kids, and me, continue to work full-time and go to school full-time, because that was still the important goal, was to continue on in education, to get my degree, get my bachelor's degree, so that way I continue working on towards going to a university. So, it helps our family out in the long run. So then comes December 2017, and I graduated with my bachelor's degree. That was another great, proud moment. It's all the hard work that you put into it, and this is the results of that hard work. And walking across stage and enjoying that moment, it really feels good, and even thinking back when I graduated from my associates, that moment still just plays over in my mind over and over, that I got to see my wife do it and myself do it, and my kids there to enjoy that moment, my family there to enjoy it, and especially for my mom also as well, to see me walk across stage, because she never got to see that when I was in high school. She never got to enjoy that moment, and that's a proud moment for her as well, to see her son graduate, and just enjoy that moment, and also see, her son's, best friend, his wife, graduate at the same time, to be that moment. So now, here I am, with my bachelor's degree, and, graduating and continuing to just work, in education, and continue to help people get into graduation, get into school, and progress and be better humans, be successful students onwards towards graduation. It feels great that I have the opportunity to do that, to help people progress in life and progress in school, because education is the key. Education is the key to a lot of things, and it opens up opportunities and opens up doors for all of us to have a better future. Especially a lot of us have families and kids that we want better for, to have a better stable life. So that's my whole reasoning behind, going back to school and getting education, getting a degree, so that way I can, I looked at it as it was an investment in me and my family's future. I'll take the student debt, I'll take the student loans, and pay those back, over the years, and and continue to just pay them. But one of the main thing was, once I got into the college or university, that when my kids get older and they're ready to go to college, that they don't have to pay for school. They don't have to worry about the student debt. They don't have to worry about the student loans. Because if they don't have to worry about that, it's a huge burden that gets lifted off their shoulders, off my shoulders, that they can get an education, they can go to a career that they want to enjoy, and enjoy a successful life, and not have to worry about having a student loan to say, wow, after 4 years of high school, after 4 years of college, I'm going to be owing $60, $70, $80, $90,000 in student loans. To not have to worry about that and still have an education, and for me just to invest into our future and get some student debt, it'll be totally worth it, absolutely worth it, for my kids to go to college and not have to worry about it. Well, I do thank all of you for listening to my story. I'm going to post it on all social medias, and it'll be also tagging the Natty Stories contest by Natural Light. That way you can share it, everyone can see it, and hopefully I win this contest. And if I don't win this contest, at least you heard my story, and hopefully you enjoyed it, and maybe it inspired you to do something more with yourself as well. Well, you have a great day. Bye.